Okay, so in this video, we are still in geometric applications, but this time we will discuss about how to get the area between two curves. Okay, so technique na gagamitin natin is using rectangular coordinates using the strips. Okay, so take note lang, dito ko na lang ilagay, strips must touch both the curves. Two different curves. Okay, so yung i-consider nyo na strip must touch two different curves. So for this one, consider natin si vertical strip. Okay, so itong note na to, itong condition na to, na-touch naman niya yung dalawang curve, two different curves at all times dapat to. Kasi kahit saan mo ilagay yung strip, dapat natatouch na yung dalawang magkaibang curve. So for this one, we are considering vertical strip. So kapag vertical strip yung kinonsider natin, we are going to integrate the function with respect to x. Okay, so ito yung dx natin. Meron tayong change in x kasi palipat-lipat tayo sa values ng x. Now, for our limits, since we are integrating the function with respect to x, yung limits natin kukunin natin sa x-axis or the points on the x-axis. Doon sa intersection, kukunin natin sa intersection ng dalawang curves yung point. Okay, yung x points. So, for this one, this is x sub 2 and this is x sub 1. Okay, so how do we know kung ano yung function na gagamitin natin dito? Of course, y upper minus y lower. So, this is our y upper. Ayan. And ang y lower natin is this one. This is our y lower. So, how do we get the function covered by this curve, by these curves? Function between these two curves. So we need to subtract si y upper minus y lower and we will get this one. So yun yung function na i-integrate natin. So this is the area for finding the area between two curves. This is the formula, I should say, in finding the area between two curves considering a vertical strip. So the integral of y upper minus y lower dx limits from x sub 1 to x sub 2. Now let us consider a horizontal strip. Okay, so for a horizontal strip, we have change in y here. So pabago-bago yung position ng ating y. So we are going to integrate the function with respect to y. Oh, this should be y. Sorry about that. With respect to y. And then, yung limits natin is ito, si y sub 2 and then si y sub 1. Now, how do we get the function under these two curves? So, meron tayong x sub L dito or x sub R minus x sub L. So, yung x sub R natin is the function on the left, touching the right side of our strip. So, nasan yung right side niya ito? So, ibig sabihin, this is our x sub L, x sub R, I should say. And for our x sub L, the function touching the left side of our strip, and ito siya. Dito pala dapat. Okay, so this is our x sub R. And ito yung ating x sub L. Okay, so paano natin malalaman yung function na i-integrate natin? We subtract si x sub R minus x sub L. Then, we have this strip. Ganun din pala sa kabila. Mali pala yung dinowing ko kanina. Okay, so how do you get kung ano yung function na i-integrate mo? Consider natin ulit si strip. So, ito, this part is, it touches the upper side of the strip. So this is y upper. And for this one, it touches the lower side of the strip. So this is y lower. And in order to get the function to integrate, ito siya. Okay, so remember that integration is like summation. So, pwede tayong kumuha ng rectangular strip lang dito and then we integrate using the limits. Okay, so definite integral in order to get the area of this whole. Okay, so that is vertical strip and horizontal strip. Now, let's consider the different equations for a parabola. So, saan ba natin gagamitin ang mga to? Yung different equations for a parabola. So, we can use this in determining if saan or ano yung curve natin. So, for example, if you don't like, okay, for example, we have a function y equal to x squared minus 3. So, para hindi ka na mag-graphical method, okay, so ang gagawin mo kasi kapag hindi mo alam yung equations for parabola is, ganyan, graphical method ka. I-draw mo yung graph using graphical method. Assume ka ng values ni x, for example, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Tapos, kung pinag mo si 0 dito sa function, you will get a value of y. Plug mo si x values dito sa function mo, you will get a specific value of your y's. And doon ka na mag-graph. However, that is time-consuming. So, consider natin yung different equations for a parabola. So, for a horizontal axis, we have a general equation of cy squared plus dx plus ey plus f equal to 0. For standard equation naman, considering the vertex is at 0, 0 or nasa origin. Okay, so if our equation is y squared equal to 4ax, the parabola opens to the right. Okay, so opens to the right, ganyan siya. Okay. And if our equation is y squared equal to negative 4ax, of course, our parabola opens to the left. For standard equation naman, ibig sabihin meron tayong values ng ating vertex. Hindi siya nasa origin. So, nasa different point siya in the Cartesian coordinate plane. So, if our equation is y minus k quantity squared minus 4a times x minus h, our parabola opens to the right, and y minus k quantity squared equal to, this should be negative 4a x minus h opens to the left. Okay? So, opens to the left yan. Now, for vertical axis naman, okay, x squared equal to 4ay opens upward. For pag negative siya, opens downward. For this one, kapag positive, opens upward. Considering na yung vertex natin have values nasa different points on the Cartesian plane except sa origin. And pag negative siya, opens downward. So, ito lang yung mga kailangan yung tandaan for plotting curves. However, if hindi nyo siya kabisado, you can use this. Okay? Pero time-consuming lang siya. But you can use that for more accurate curve. Okay? So, let's try example. Find the area of the region bounded by the curves y equal to negative x squared plus 4x and y equal to x squared. Okay. So, how do we transform an equation into a standard equation of a parabola? So, we apply completing the square dito sa part na to. Okay? So, to get the factors, so this is y equal to negative x squared plus 4x. Okay? So, first, isolate natin si negative para maging mas madali yung completing the square natin. So, this is y equal to negative x squared plus 4x. And then, we add 4 Tapos kung anong ginawa natin dito, yun din yung gawin natin sa kabila. So we add 4 here. So 4 plus y. Now, this is y plus 4 equal to negative x. What is the factor of this one? That is x. This should be negative kasi nilabas pala natin si negative. Okay. So, since we isolated si negative dito, this will become x squared and this will become negative 4x. Para pag binalik natin si negative dito sa ating binomial, magiging ganito din siya. It turns back to the original equation. Okay. So, this is x minus 2 squared. So, ito yung factor niya. Okay. This is a perfect binomial. Perfect square trinomial. Now, for this one, if we go back sa ating equations of parabola, vertex niya is hk since meron tayong value ng k and h dito. So, eto, vertical axis siya. So, we are going to follow this one. So, ang gawin natin is eliminate natin si negative dito. How? By dividing both sides by negative 1. So, this will become negative y plus 4 equal to x minus 2 quantity squared. So, we go back here, dapat minus yung ating this one. Okay? So, gawin natin is distribute natin si negative dito. Okay, so ulitin natin yung ating completing the square. So, ito. Now, we eliminate si negative dito. So, we multiply negative 1 para maging positive siya. So, this will become negative y equal to x squared minus 4x. And we can apply si completing the square na. So, we add 4 here. And then, kung ano yung ginawa natin dito, yun din yung gagawin natin sa isang side. So, this will become 4. We add 4. So, positive 4 na lang. Then, we can follow yung ating format dito. Mauuna si y. So, this is negative y plus 4 equal to what is the factor of this one? This is a perfect square trinomial. So, this is equal to x minus 2 squared. Okay? So, now, meron tayong standard equation natin. It follows the format of the standard equation having a vertex hk in the vertical axis. So, we have x minus h. So, yung h natin is 2. Now, for our k, dapat y minus k. So, what will we do para maging y minus k to? Okay, so we isolate si negative ulit. So, that will be negative times y minus 4. This is equal to x minus 2 quantity squared. So, yung format na tinake niya is ito, opens downward. Okay, so it opens downward. It takes this format. Si standard equation na to. So, our parabola opens downward. And yung vertex niya is 2 and 4. Vertex niya na hk is equal to, anong h natin? That is 2. Tapos k natin is 4. Now, for the second curve, we have y is equal to x squared. Okay? So, dito tayo, vertical axis pa din. And we have a positive y. Okay, positive y. So, the parabola opens upward. Okay, so opens upward. So, pag plinot natin yung ating curve, okay, so 2, 4 siya. For example, this is 1, 2, tapos 4 yung ating y. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, nandito yung ating vertex. Tapos, it opens downward. Okay, so this is our first curve. Tapos yung second curve natin opens upward. So yung vertex niya is nasa 0, 0. Ayan. Okay. Now, how do we know kung ano yung gagamitin natin na limits? Okay, so yung point of intersection, we are going to compute for the point of intersection. Okay, we are going to solve for that. So, how do we do that? Consider natin yung dalawang equation natin. We have y is equal to negative x squared plus 4x and y is equal to x squared. So, ang gagawin lang natin is to simple algebra lang. Let this be equation 1, let this be equation 2. Okay? So, substitute natin si equation 2 to equation 1. Okay? So, si y, palitan natin ng x squared. So, this is x squared equal to negative x squared plus 4. So, x squared, okay? So, transpose natin si negative x squared dito sa kabila. So, this will become x squared plus x squared equal to 4. That is 4x. Okay, so x squared plus x squared, that is 2x squared. Lipat din natin sa kabila si 4x kasi may x variable siya. Minus, so magiging negative siya, 4x equal to 0. Now, we factor out si 2x since common sa kanila. So, this will become x minus 2 equal to 0. So, we now have two factors. So, solving for x, we have 2x equal to 0. So, our x is equal to 0. That is one value of x. So, x minus 2 is equal to 0. So, transpose natin si negative 2 dito sa kabila. So, magiging positive 2. So, these are the values of our x. Now, since meron tayong value for our x, so at x equal to 0, okay, so at x is equal to 0, what is our y? So, if we are going to plug 0 dito sa ating, ito na lang, si equation 2 na lang, mas madali. So, y is equal to 0 squared, so y is equal to 0. Now, for at x equal to 2, y is equal to 2 squared, so y is equal to 4. So, we now have values for x and y. These are the point of intersection. So, ito yung points. So, for example, this is, okay, 0, 0. So, mali yung curve natin na nasulat. Dito dapat. Ayan. Okay. So, ito yung point of intersection nila which is 0, 0. And yung isang points is 2 and 4. So, x is equal to 2. This is 2, 4. Okay? So, meron na tayong values ng x sub 1, x sub 2, and x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. Okay, meron na tayong pang limits. Now, ano yung strip na gagamitin natin? Let's redraw yung curve natin dito. Okay, so yung isa is nasa... hindi. Mali. Oo, opens upward pala siya. Okay, this is one of our curves. Tapos yung isa naman is dapat na-touch na yung vertex natin. Yung origin natin. Okay, so this is 2, 4. This is 0, 0. Okay, so anong strip na gagamitin natin? Let's try si vertical strip. Okay, vertical strip yung kukuhanin natin. So, we are going to integrate with respect to x. Okay? So this is our y upper. This is our y lower. So, ano yung y upper natin? Ano yung curve na natatouch ng upper strip natin? Upper part of our strip. Ito, si opening downward, which is si first y upper natin is equal to negative x squared plus 4x. And our y lower is si x squared. So, since vertical strip to, our formula will be area is equal to the integral of y upper minus y lower dx limits from x sub 1 to x sub 2. So, yung x sub 1 natin is 0. And then, x sub 2 natin is 2. Okay? So, let's substitute the values. So, this is equal to area is equal to the integral of what is our y upper? That is negative x squared plus 4x. And our y lower is x squared. So, minus x squared dx limits from 0 to 2. Okay? So, we simplify further. Area is equal to the integral of x squared minus x squared negative 2x squared plus 4x dx limits from 0 to 2. So, we can apply a separate integration here. So, area is equal to the integral of negative 2x squared dx limits from 0 to 2 plus the integral of 4x dx limits from 0 to 2. And we can apply integration. So, this is equal to negative 2x cubed over 3 limits from 0 to 2 plus 4x squared over 2 limits from 0 to 2. Okay? So, we apply si limits. This will cancel. That will be equal to 2. So, our area is equal to negative 2. Upper limit natin, 2x squared over 3 minus negative 2, lower limit natin. Okay? And then, we add si 2, upper limit natin, 2 minus 2 times 0 squared, our lower limit. So, of course, this will become 0 and along with this one. So, our area will be negative 2 times 2 squared. 2 squared is equal to 4. So, 4 times negative 2, that is negative 8 over 3. And then, plus 2 times 4, that is equal to 8. And this is equal to over 3, negative 8 plus 24. This should be cube pala. Okay, this should be cube and this should be 16. So, ito will be 16. Okay? So, our area is equal to negative 16 plus 24. That is equal to 8 over 3 square units. So, this is the area under the curve.